Hey guys, Christine here, and we are going to talk about morning baskets today. I've been wanting to talk to you guys about these for weeks now, and it's finally worked out for me to have my full stash of my morning basket. And so let's get into it. So first of all, what is a morning basket? So this is a new concept to me. This is our first homeschool year ever using a morning basket. Basically, all a morning basket is a basket full of books that you go through in the morning with your kiddos. So you can use it a few different ways. I choose to just have an eclectic mix in my homeschool basket. So it's literally just stuff that we would normally probably read in our homeschool, but it's also a few additional things that we haven't been using as much that I've wanted to add, so it's given us a really nice place to put them and a nice way to add them into our homeschool. So usually morning baskets are made up of just real normal books. So you're going to have your different readers, you're going to maybe have some poetry, so we're going to get into all of the details of what is inside of my morning basket. So technically morning baskets are like a Charlotte Mason kind of method. So because Charlotte Mason, a lot of people who follow that method do use a lot of real living books is what they call them, because it is just books that you are going to find at the store. A lot of them are classics, which I really love. I know that I have, I think it's a Newbery honor book in here for my 5th grader that he's reading right now. So you're going to find a lot of really, really cool books. So we are not technically a Charlotte Mason homeschool. We are what I like to call either eclectic or relaxed, basically whip things up out of nowhere. So I'm kind of all over the place with our homeschooling. So we don't really have a specific method. So that's why we're kind of eclectic, because we just use stuff from all over the place. So you can use your morning basket in a few different ways. So you can use it with a theme, which some people like to do monthly themes, with it being fall. I know a lot of people have really, really cute basket themes out there. I've seen a lot of really cute pictures. We don't have any themes. We totally just use whatever we're going to be using for school, and I don't do anything special like that with our morning baskets. You can also do what's called looping. So I don't know if you've ever heard of looping before, but that's also a new term to me. So all looping is basically just rotating. So that's the word that I usually use, is just rotating. So if you were to do a certain subject like poetry, you might rotate poetry and art and history or whatever it is for your morning basket, so that you're not doing those every single day. So like Monday you might do some poetry, Tuesday you might do some art, Wednesday you might read a novel, Thursday you might do history, and if for some reason it doesn't get done that day, you just keep the loop going. So if you don't get Mondays done, you just loop it on over to Tuesday, and then go to Wednesdays, go to Thursdays, and you just keep rotating with those different topics and with those different subjects. So looping is also new to me. So I think those are some really cool concepts. It's something that we have been using, and I didn't even realize it. I didn't know it had a title. I thought it was just rotation. So you learn something new every day. So this whole morning basket, looping, all of that kind of stuff, it's really just, doing life as normal, but to have a set place for it. So do you actually need a basket to do a morning basket? The answer is absolutely not. I know some people that have morning baskets just up on their shelf. They may just use a regular spot on their bookshelf. Sorry, every time I move my hand, it's messing with my light. I apologize. So they may just have a spot on their bookshelf. They may have, we just have a homeschool cabinet. And so some of our stuff might just be in the homeschool cabinet or in their drawers in the cabinet. I have been keeping it aside in a basket a little bit because I do like the organization of having the basket. My kids have an expectation of, they know what to expect in the mornings, and they know that we're going to pull our Bible study out of the basket. They know they're going to pull our readers out of the basket. So I do kind of like to have this set place for all of our stuff for our morning basket. But if that's something that's not going to work for your house, then you totally just put your morning basket stuff wherever it works for you. You don't have to have the actual basket. I love pretty things. This is actually a basket I've had for forever, so I don't have anything super special. Sorry, I don't know, my computer's freaking out over here. But you can use any type of basket. I have seen the most gorgeous baskets out there for morning baskets, and that's totally up my alley. So I love just sitting there perusing through people's pictures of their morning baskets. It can be really sweet to go through. So let's go on what is inside of my morning basket. So some stuff we do every single day. Most things we rotate through or loop through. So the first thing that we do every single day is our Bible study. also got my Bible in here too. It's just my Bible. I don't use any special Bible, just the one I normally read out of. So this Bible study is something that I actually created. So if you go to the full post, you will see a link to this, and you'll be able to link to it and see how to get it, because it is completely free for you guys. So it's something that you guys can get on there as well. It's just a complete download. I do new ones every single month. So this is still September's, and we're going to be in September for a while. We're super behind because we evacuated due to Hurricane Florence. So we're only like 2 weeks into this instead of nearly being done with it like we should be. So I do have 3 different ones in here. I've got one for me, I've got one for my 1st grader, and I've got one for my 5th grader. So all we do in this is every single day I have a reading plan. I can show you guys that really quick. Got my reading plan. It's a 365-day reading plan, so I just go right through this, check mark the days. And then we've got journaling pages. So we fill out the journaling pages, and then I also have different scripture pages that you can color in. And I know some people are really awesome with their Bible journaling and can make something way more beautiful than this. So you can totally, there's free space to do more doodles on or whatever. So we do this every single morning, and it's the first thing that we try to pull out every single day, especially if we have different homeschool classes that we're going to during the week. I really try to get this in before we even leave the house. So this is the first thing that we do, is our Bible study. And then the other thing that we do each and every day is just their daily readers. So my 1st grader, I have a 1st grade reading list, which again, you can find that on the post. I have it linked there for you guys to find the 1st grade reading list. So a lot of it is just simple books that you can find anywhere and that you probably have in your house already. So this week, my son is reading Are You My Mother, which is one of my favorite books that I had growing up. So love it. And we did a really cute craft with it, which I also have up there for you guys. And my 5th grader is just reading My Side of the Mountain. So that's your Newbery Honor Medal book right there. And same thing with him. I don't have a list posted for you guys yet for 5th grade. I want to. I want to do all of the grades actually and have a really cool reading list, at least all of the elementary grades. We'll see as my kids get older if I start to find some cool books for the older grades as well. So that's it. So we just read these every day. I do go and sit down with my 1st grader every single day to read with him, because obviously he still needs some help. He's still learning. And with my 5th grader, it's kind of however the day goes. If we have time, then I will have him read out loud to me. If we don't have the time, while I'm working with his brother, he goes and reads a couple chapters to himself and just gives me a quick recap. And then we always try to do at least one activity a week to do with their reading, whether it's a writing assignment for my older son or a craft or whatever it is. So that's something that we do every single day, is their reading. So then we're going to get into what we rotate through. So one of the first things we rotate through is poetry. So Shel Silverstein is a favorite of mine. I actually met him, I don't even know how old I was. I was super young. He came to my school, and ever since I've loved his poems. So my kids have super enjoyed Where the Sidewalk Ends. Just the short poems inside of there, and it's just a really sweet way to start our day. Sometimes we read a handful of them, sometimes we only read one, and it just takes us a handful of seconds. So we do rotate. I don't have specific days that I do this on. We are totally going on a loop, going, okay, today's poetry day. So we'll sit down and read some of these, or maybe if we just have some extra time and they want to read them, we'll pick it right back up, because we don't really have rules. It's kind of whatever goes in our house. Another thing we go through is art. So I already lost my son's art book because he already confiscated it and put it back upstairs in his room, because he does like to do a lot of his art up there by himself. He has his whole little writing desk in his room and has a whole station set up. He's all about it. So this is another one that my 1st grader's been working on though. It's fun to draw robots and aliens. It gives just step by step how to make the super cute robot. And he even made this guy yesterday, this little clank guy. So really cute. So we don't do anything super crazy for art. They've just been super into drawing. So my friend lent us a bunch of drawing books, which has been really awesome. So it can be anything, whether you're wanting to paint, whether you're wanting to do an artist study, or whether you're wanting to just draw, or just let your kids have free reign of the crafts. Anything can be called art. So that's what we're doing right now, is just this drawing. So the next thing in our loop is history. So we have been going through the Who Was books. So right now we're reading Who Was Abraham Lincoln, and we're kind of doing Civil War era books right now. So we're going to read about the Underground Railroad and all that fun stuff. So again, in my post, I do have a link to what we use for American history using these, because that's all we used last year was the Who Was books, and it was a lot of fun. So last but not least in our loop is just me reading aloud. So we find a novel. Right now we're reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I don't have a nice cover. I found this at a secondhand place for like dirt cheap. So this is the copy that I have, and I love it. It's super old, and it came with this really cute, I don't know if I can find it, this really cute printout was inside of it when I opened it up, and it was just like this little treasure that I found. It was great. So yeah, we'll go through a chapter or two whenever we read this, and we do normally get this out more than just once every 4 days going through our loop. And we don't always do this during the morning. So that's another thing with the morning basket is, do you have to do it during the morning? Absolutely not. Do it when it works for you. We have a lot of activities in the morning. We have karate in the mornings. We have science class in the mornings. So we aren't necessarily at home to do morning basket in the morning. So sometimes it shifts to afternoon basket. Or when we're reading, this sometimes turns into reading before bed book. So you don't have to do morning basket stuff all in the morning. But the beauty of having it in the morning is that it typically is just a really sweet way for you to sit down, get those cobwebs out of your head. I know I have to sit down and drink my coffee first thing in the morning. So we're all just sitting on the couch, reading out loud to each other, or doing a simple art project or something like that. It's just a really easy way to ease into your homeschool day. So that's pretty much it with morning baskets. If you guys have any questions about morning baskets, or if you want to share yours, you can go on my online homeschool group. So it is just a Facebook group. It is called Relaxed Homeschoolers. You can get the link of it in my post that I have. You can also find it through my page. So go on there and join, and let me see your morning baskets, or ask any questions you have about morning baskets. You can also comment on this post. So that is it with morning baskets. I hope that you guys got some ideas for your morning baskets. And please share with me, because I love seeing all the beautiful pictures of morning baskets. I'll see you guys later.